Earlier on Drake May, who we just heard from, and I'd love your perspective on what has most impressed you about him in year two.
Just how calm and cool Drake is when he did the whole thing. I grunted on every single throw. I sounded like Monica Seles. I don't think Drake ever grunts, whether he's throwing a 5-yard check down or a 25-yard cover 2 hole throw down the right sideline. And you're watching cut-ups of him in that Patriots uniform from 15 years ago. My rookie year with the Colts, I was watching Scott Mitchell with the Lions from the mid-90s, okay? So Drake's got a huge advantage there. Last thing, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense. He's creating a lot of plays that way. So I'm looking forward to watching Drake May play tonight.
I think we all are. Now, Eli, when it comes to you and your relationship with the Patriots, I think we're familiar with some of the magical moments. Now, we think about the health.
And Chris Snee, which is highly illegal. And but thank goodness I didn't throw it to my lineman. Snee, he probably would have dropped it anyway, so I decided to hold on to it and throw it to David Tyree.
Go on in the second quarter, Midge Purse from Eli's NWSL championship winning team, Gotham FC, joins in the third quarter, and Eli's old team.
See the standards. Come on, turn them around.
Who's leading? Wow, Jason by a lot.
God, Jason.
I'm fine.
My picks, game picks presented by Chewy. Who you got, Swag?
Buck, that is a Hall of Famer, Troy Aikman. Glad to have you with us tonight. And this matchup is interesting. We talk about the New England Patriots. They've won 9 straight. And you have to go back. I know we're in week 13, but you have to go back to the offseason. They hired the right head coach.
Yeah, I agree, Joe. The offseason, they spent more money than anyone in free agency. And it's one thing to go out and spend a lot of money. It's another thing when you hit on those guys, as the Patriots have. They're all contributing. And you combine that, then exceptional last year. The supporting cast this year is much improved. And what I like most about him is his accuracy. And it doesn't matter where he's throwing the ball on the field. He has pinpoint accuracy even on the...
You've said that it's going to be cool to play on Monday night, something that you've dreamed about since playing in the backyard with your brothers. Just what are you expecting this moment to be like when you take the field?
Yeah, first chance on Monday night. Go out there, have some fun. Prime time game. We've had them before this year. Let's get back after it. And like I said, play together.
9 consecutive wins, but you're down a couple of key pieces on the offensive line. So what's it going to take to get the offense going and make it 10 in a row?
New York Giants, yes, they are 2-10, but not all 2-10 teams are created equal, and a team that's lost some heartbreaking games. But boy, do they have a guy they love in Jackson Dart, and he's back and ready to enter the head coach of the New York Giants, Mike Vrabel, after 6 years in Tennessee. Brought back to the organization where he made his name as a player in this league. His first year as a head coach of the Patriots. For this, Patriots will start with the ball. And Terrell Jennings on the return is able to spin after getting a hit near sideline and dragged down across the 45. Play was made by
missed tackle, and then he's able to bounce it. Nobody left on the outside, picks up additional yardage on that return to set up this opening drive.
New York had won the toss. They defer, so it's Patriots football, and here is Drake May. 4. The numbers outstanding and coming into the week, leading the league in pass yardage. Does not have a 300-yard pass game. He's just been consistently accurate and very good. Stevenson ends up back to the right of May, who throws to the near sideline and finds Mac Hollins. It'll bring up 3rd down and short after a gain of 5. Travion Henderson, the rookie, outstanding, kind of taken over that spot over the last handful of weeks. On 3rd down and 1, Stevenson able to pick it up. And then with a pile push, get 8.
But they're going hit with him here in the early going.
On 1st down, May protected, takes a shot. Hollins downfield, overthrown. And good coverage back there by Paulson Aditi, former outside linebackers coach, takes over for the fired Shane Bowen. He was fired after their loss last week, that overtime crusher at Detroit. Abdul Carter has not been out there yet. 2nd down and 10. Here is a pass complete to Diggs. 1st down, New England. Nice catch and run.
Cross. He shows that he's going to run a shallow crosser, and then he plants his foot in the ground and he comes out of it. They're looking him up. They're kind of playing him a little bit with safety help as well over the way that he did.
Catch number 62 on the year for the 4-time Pro Bowler. May's in trouble. Able to break free. And then throw it away.
He comes off the edge, and Drake May just not really anticipating that blitz, and yet he was able to escape. And I think that's one of the things we may see a little bit more of from Charlie Joseph, who comes after people as much as anybody.
Here's a handoff to Stevenson. Ramondre's been busy on this first possession. A good gain of 7 yards. And a 3rd down.
Giants defense.
And with that said, Travion Henderson checks in. The rookie from Ohio State. Play clock at 1. May finds his man, his tight end. That's Hunter Henry, and a 1st down, New England. Coming off a career-high 100.
Hunter Henry is the security blanket working the middle of the field. He's able to create some separation.
They fake the throw and hand to Henderson, who is bottled up after a game. He's got this team playing great football, and he's got some Belichick to him. He is kind of a no-nonsense guy, but when you talk to people around...
He's got a nice blend. He's old school in his approach, but players love playing for him.
Henderson brought down immediately, and a good tackle by Okereke. A gain of 2. That saved a touchdown.
I was talking about the accuracy of Drake May. It's just enough behind him to where he's got to slow down, and it allows Okereke to make a play.
Patriots have converted a third. May, end zone, incomplete for Diggs.
Guarded on Diggs, but he hangs in his hip pocket there pretty good. It was going to take a perfect throw. He gives him a chance, just not quite able to go up and make a play on the football. That's a good job by the Giants.
And after a 1st and goal, they have to settle for a Borregales 22-yard chip shot. Danica, his team is down 3 as Borregales pops it up. And this return by Olszewski, the former Patriot. Got hit hard and dropped at the 25 after a return of 15.
And we expect to see him play in this game. He stood on the sideline with that jacket on the entire series. We should see him go out there at some point, though, in this contest.
A couple of weeks ago, after missing a walkthrough, and he was on the bench to start the night tonight. The handoff to Tyrone Tracy picks up 1. Harold Landry makes the stop, and here is Jack. We're going to see that tonight, even though he missed 2 games with concussion symptoms.
Been a big part of who he has been going back to his college days.
Here's a completion and a beauty for a 1st down as Slayton makes the grab.
Well, by Slayton as these two mix it up a little bit. I think it's worth noting, Joe, that Jackson Dart making his first start without Brian Dable as the head coach. Side receiver, Wan'Dale Robinson also having an excellent year.
Green 18 set.
Pressure off the edge. Tracy picks that up, and Dart trying to find somewhere to go. Not like that hit. A loss of 5. And Landry really delivered a blow to Dart.
Yeah, and this is what everybody is worried about on the Giants sideline. They go a two-man route, so they're going to try to block him up, see if they can't take it. It's either there or it's not. There's just nowhere for Dart then to go with the football and bail himself out.
2nd and 15 as Robinson gets his first catch. He's been busy. Dart got down.
Does do a good job of protecting himself because we haven't seen a lot of that. And as you would expect, the offensive linemen take exception. Certainly nothing wrong with what Harold Landry did.
3rd down. Tracy in motion. Wandale Robinson looking for blocking, and it's not there. It's 4th down, a gain of 2, and Caleb on Chason made that stop.
And just don't give up anything.
Number 8 defense in the league. Coming into week 13, Gillen hits it. And the return by Marcus Jones. He can fly. Still going. Still going. No flags. Touchdown, Patriots.
House on the punt return.
The extra point by Borregales. And it's 10-0. Exactly what the Giants couldn't have happened. Jones
has been through here over the last 10 years or so.
It has been a minute. Tom Coughlin, who had that great battling here tonight, and for Jeremy Springer, the guy on the right, he's fired up. His coverage team just did a great job, and his punt returner just went 94 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, that is to be expected, as I mentioned, with Mike Vrabel carrying on the legacy of what Bill Belichick built.
Here's a handoff to Tracy, not much. And the 14's it. 4 head coaches have been let go over that stretch. As this should cost the Giants 5.
Offense number 84.
That, and they've gotten off to decent starts this year. We all know some of the collapses they've had in the 4th quarter. This season could clearly look different, but already down 10-0, and
Commanders showed what kind of competitors they are last night in that thriller on Sunday Night Football. Dart's going to go and gets popped on the sideline, and me like it was a legal hit. And it's just Dart trying to get a little bit extra, and he has to protect himself, and he's a target. Take a closer look at it. There's a look at Ellis. Once he gets outside the pocket here, this is in real speed. Troy, he's got to take the sideline. He's got to get out of bounds before that hit comes.
He absolutely has to, and the officials over the last few years, you correct me if
15-yard penalty. Down counts. 3rd down.
That's a good job. Yeah, it's a right call. It's a good job by these officials managing it, understanding what took place. And then the quarterback started stretching the limits on that a little bit, and the league let them know that we can't protect you if you're going to stay in bounds.
Absolutely. The league has sent out a lot of training tapes and sent the message.
Instead of 3rd and 1, it's 3rd and 16 after the penalty on Theo Johnson. Jackson Dart's closest friend on the team, and now Johnson gets hit over the middle, incomplete, as Marte Mapu delivered 94 yards for a touchdown. Last time he got the touch at Gillen. Line drive punt, a little bit of room in front of him.
Here we go.
And a hard hit.